My God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Having not said it, shall he not do it for you? If he said it, then that's what he did. So I take him at his word, 'cause I know that it shall come to pass. And if I just only believe I can have anything that I am, so yet will, yet will. No matter what I go through, no, yet will, yet will. Oh, I'll keep on believing, yet will, yet will. No matter what I go through, Lord, yet will, yet will. Said I'll never. Everything around me keeps going wrong. Devil's been working overtime in my home. The more I pray, the worse things seem to get. Sometimes I wanna throw up my hands. You said if I faint not, I will read. And I know it's all working out for me. I believe it's all working for my good. And I'm standing on your word like I'm going to the end. Yet will. Lord, I'm leaning and depending on you. Ooh, yet will. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna trust you. Yet will. I'll keep believing. I'll keep on trusting in you. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, I'm standing on all the promises you made to me, and I'm walking my way. Even when sometimes I can't see, ooh, I'll trust you. Oh, said I'll trust you. Ooh, I'm gonna stand on your word. I'm gonna trust and believe it. If you said it, then it settles it. Then I'm standing on your word. Lord, I'll trust you. Said I'll trust you, yeah. Oh, Lord, I'm trusting in you. I'm gonna lean and depend on you. No matter what I see, Lord. Oh, yet will. For my family, for my children, for my health and my strength. Ooh, yeah, I trust you. Even when it seems impossible, when it seems like there's no way.
He's playing rap. He's playing R&B. He's playing gospel music, independent and mainstream artists. He's talking news, celebrity, politics, and current events. Some of it serious, some with a little comedy mixed in. He's doing call-in, interviews, shout-outs, and he's doing it all just for you. Join Terry Price for your favorite music, current events, and lots of laughs.
Yo, it's your
The
boy
Terry
North
Price
Ways,
Show.
reporting live from Harare in Zimbabwe. You tune into the Terry Price Show. Let's go. It is Jesus music.
Revelation music.
He came through when I was looking for a way out. He gave me more than just a way out. I might fall, but I'll never stay down. See, I get back up on my feet with Jesus leading me. I got a way out, way out. I got a way out, way out, way out. I got a way out, way out, way out. I got a way out, way out, way out.
Yo, it's the gospel rap of Jesus Christ music. Let's go.
Really don't matter what others say. No, I really don't care what other people do. But as for me, I'm gonna give you praises. All because I'm all my life to you. If I had 10,000 tongues, yeah, Lord, I just could pray to be known. Because you showered me with your goodness and your mercy. And most of all, you showered me with your love. And you don't know what the Lord has done for me. So we see me praising Him. You just know. What the Lord has done for me. But when you see me praising Him, just know I got a reason. Why I praise Him. When men say no, God says yes. Whatever I ask Him, He will give. When the doctors give up and say it's over, there's still hope, 'cause God says live. No matter what my situation, God is able to do whatever. If I just believe it's true, He'll never turn His back on me. What a constant friend I found every time. He'll never let me down, and you don't know what the Lord has done for me. Praise Him, praise Him. Praise Him like I do say to you. I've been going through, but just know there's a reason why I praise Him like I do. Got a reason. Ooh, I got a reason. With the tears running down my face, just know I got a reason. Hey, with my hands stretched towards heaven. Yeah. Oh, when you see me do my dance, yeah. I get so caught up in my praise. I got a reason. I praise Him like I do. Praise Him like I do. He bent way down to get me. He bent way down to get me. Brought me from a mighty long way. Turn my life around. Place my feet on higher ground. Oh yes, He did. Say you don't know what the Lord has done for me. So when you see me praising,
all right, man. Going great, man. I was just saying to myself, I said, well, I hope he ain't an hour ahead of being late. No, I got you, man. I was just sitting around here. I was really just looking through your bio and everything, man. I was impressed, man. I was impressed with the music video. You're originally from St. Louis, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from St. Louis.
Yeah, man. I was just impressed, man. I was like, dang, man. I was like, this dude really. I mean, you really got it together, man. I mean, the package is it just caught my attention, man. Because normally when people send me stuff, sometimes they forget to put their name on their music, and I'll be like trying to look for it, and I don't know, man. It was just well put together, man. I was just impressed on how you got everything set up. Your interview, you're always looking sharp. So I was like, I said, this dude.
He tell me all the time, man. He said, it's just like being a good cook.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody who can, they eat their food, but if the presentation ain't good, nobody will ever know how good of a cook you are because they'll never eat the food. Because people, first of all, they eat with their eyes first. And so when somebody bring a plate out, they look at it, and people eat with their eyes. Some people eat with their nose first too, so they'll smell it. And if it don't look good or smell good, they're not gonna digest the food to even see if it tastes good. And that's the same thing with anything else. The package ain't put together, but the presentation ain't good, and they'll never digest how good your music is because they'll never even listen to it or even look at it per se, because they ain't gonna be trip off of it. They ain't gonna get their eye like you said. So I spend my money, man, really in the presentation, the marketing, and promotion. Once you know you got a good product, that's what you pretty much do. You just make sure it's presentable so that people will go ahead and consume it, and then go ahead and eat of it.
Oh yeah,
that's how you get heard.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Yeah, man. I mean, it just really caught my attention. I was like mind bobbled. I was like, now don't get me wrong, man. I got some good brothers and sisters that, I did interviews with and stuff like that, man. But sometimes, especially in the gospel world, we get a little too relaxed or whatever, and we don't think about how important the presentation is supposed to be. Like, I was able to go, everything that you sent me, the links, I was able to go boom, 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 like real quick and check you out, check your music videos. Because, I like to take my time, man. I don't like to just do interviews. I like to just really, I like to do interviews with good artists, you know what I'm saying, that I feel like have some potential, to really make something happen out there. So, man, it was just a good thing, man.
I appreciate that, bro. I really do.
Oh, no problem.
I appreciate even the consideration. Like I said, I know sometimes I tell people all the time I can be a little persistent. You know what I mean? And sometimes it crosses the borderline of getting on people's nerves. But at the same time, that's how I was taught, man. Sometimes you got to be on the person's mind so much that they can't forget about you. That's even when you're looking for a job or anything. So I apologize if I was, I'd text you and say, hey, man, did you look at it? Did you check it out? Did you do it?
Oh, no. Don't feel like that, man, because by me being from California, man, that's how we roll, man. I feel like this, man. If you're really serious about your craft and what you're doing, you gonna like really just get on that person's nerves until that person just say, either we gonna do it or we're not gonna do it. Then you can walk away feeling like, hey, I did my part. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that too.
Right.
Yeah, man. So let me go ahead and let's do it like this. Okay. This music video, man, I mean, you just got some, boy, this music video is just a trip, man, with all that Pittsburgh on, the colors.
Oh, man, I'm a diehard Steelers fan, man.
Yeah, I see.
You got to see my truck, man. My wife is actually in my truck right now. She pulled the switcheroo on me this morning. So I said, I need you to get the brakes fixed on my car. I said, okay, cool. So I'm riding around in her car right now doing the honey-do list, getting everything taken care of. Just got the brakes changed. But yeah, man, the truck, my recording studio, everything. People like, man, you love the Steelers, don't you, bro? Yeah, you love the Steelers.
Yeah, I see. I look, I said, oh, you're a Steelers fan. Because,
there's only one team in the NFL, man. There's only one team that's relevant, man. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Everybody else really don't even matter.
Oh, yeah, man. But let's go ahead, man, since we basically broke the ice, man. Let's go ahead and get the interview going. And let's see. All right. Okay, I got that ready. Okay, let's see. All right, man. Okay. All right, I think I'm ready, man. Okay. All right, then. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Terry Price Show, live on 3Ws.theterrypriceshow.com. We are located out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And, man, I got a special guest, first time on the Terry Price Show. His name is Justin Shaw. Y'all show him some love, everybody. All right. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to start it off like this, man. We're going to start it off rough. All right, then. Justin Shaw, welcome to the Terry Price Show. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, man. Can't complain at all. Won't complain.
All right, man. Hey, man, it's nice, breaking bread with you, brother, man. Man, I love your work. I love what you're doing, man. And I want to let everybody know, man, I know my brother, man, he's from St. Louis. I don't know how you feel about St. Louis moving to L.A. I don't know. How you feel about that, brother?
Man, I love St. Louis, man. I love my home. I'm actually currently staying in Arkansas right now, man, in Searcy, Arkansas. But man, it's a big transition going from the big city, man, to the little small location. But it's a lot peaceful. It's peaceful out here, man. It's slow. You're used to the fast movement and fast paced living. Moving to the country is kind of, at first it ain't really what you expected, what you really want. But, once you get here, settle down, you say, hey, shoot, ain't nobody getting killed next door. This ain't happening and that ain't happening, so I'm good. I can raise my family here in peace.
Oh, yeah, man. That's a good thing. Man. And so, man, you said you was married, man, and you got a family, man. That's a good thing, man. I've always said, man, we brothers in the gospel, man, we gotta get us a wife, man, because man, it's so much going on out there, man. We gotta get yoked up with someone out there. So, man, that's a good thing.
Yeah, man, my wife, my kids, man, my beautiful wife, Shay, she's at work right now, working hard. Like I told her, she's a workaholic, she won't sit down, and I love that about her. I'm just that one of those women who wants you to do everything for me, take care of everything, My wife, in fact, she won't let me do a lot of stuff. Off of everything, man, but that's the good thing about having that faith, man, and having that real man where, I can share the Lord, man, and everybody can feel good. So I love my wife, I love my 4 beautiful children, Justin, J.L., and
Amen.
We'll change that for the world.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. First question I want to ask you, brother, man, when did you first start singing, man? I mean, man, I'm just so shocked, man. I've been kind of like just really just mind boggled, man, by your work and your craft, man. I mean, man, I'm so glad we linked up, man. I'm just like, man, I'm encouraging everybody that's tuning into the Terry Price Show. Man, I will have those links and websites and information available. Man, y'all got to check out my brother, Justin Shaw. Man, he is showing up and showing out, and we thank the Most High and Christ for that, man. So, man, you got to tell us, man, when did you first start doing this, man, when you started singing? Was you young when you started singing, or you waited till you got a teenager?
Man, I've been singing since I can remember. I'll say it like that. I started singing, man, with my mother and my sister in this group when I was 5 years old. She taught me how to play this. My mom taught me how to play the drums when I was 5. My grandfather, he was an apostle. He started 14 churches all over the country. So we always were going and with him and establishing ministry. And we were the praise team, so we always had to, sing and pretty much do the praise and worship at the church. So I started singing, man, at a young age, 5 years old. So I've been singing since I can really remember.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. So basically, man, you just did your parents or someone in your family encourage you to just kind of keep pushing what you was doing, to keep singing, or you just decided on your own, this is what I wanted to do?
I knew for a while, man. I knew singing was really what I wanted to do because you couldn't shut me up. Everything I did was singing and beating on pots. I was always out getting the pots and sit out on the pots and beat on pots, so I knew I was going to be that musical kid. So like I said, at 5, I started playing the drums for the church, and then at 13, I started picking around on the keyboard because we didn't have a musician. I was just a drummer. We was one of those old churches with the stump clap. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
had the drums, so we didn't have a keyboard. And so I taught my brother how to play the drum, and I started picking around on the keyboard. I started playing everything and see. I made everybody sing all of their songs and sing.
Oh man.
Before they start singing, I would tap the no, this way you're gonna be singing. You can't sing the shit. You know, I started off, like a lot of musicians, transposing, but now, I'm playing in every key and, producing and, steady singing. So I knew for a long time music is what I wanted to do.
Right. Well, man, who else in your family sings, man? I know Big Mama, somebody in your household and your family sings, man.
Everybody. Listen, Mom, my aunt, my sister, pretty much everybody. Well, I can't say everybody. My brother, my brothers, they got the drawing. They can draw you. They can stand there. But pretty much the whole family, all of my aunts, all of my mom on the side of the family, on my mom's side and my dad's side of the family. So we just a musical family.
Wow. Okay, man. That's cool, man. So, man, do you got any? I'm gonna put it like this, man. Who are your musical inspirations today? In this day and time,
everybody asks me who's my musical inspiration, but I would have to go all the way back to when I was a kid. The vocals that I used to listen to a lot, and that's why my music kind of doesn't really sound like a lot of people's music because my influences were kind of different. But I used to listen to like Mint Condition a lot. Stokely was one of my favorite male vocals.
Oh yeah.
I know that singing gospel. Everybody like Stokely. Why would he say Stokely? But a lot of my influences, the only influence I can say that was really gospel was really Dawkins and Dawkins. I grew up listening to Eric and Anton Dawkins, man, and those were kind of like my influences. I love the sound that they had. I used to listen to a little Commission, but at the same time, a lot of the singers that I listened to, because I used to have a struggle with wanting to sing R&B music and sing gospel, and until God, until I really had an encounter with God and God would show me the sound. It wasn't the problem with the sound, but with who you edified and what you talked about, were the problem. So, like I said, man, the different vocals that I used to listen to were like Tank and Tyrese, all those people like that, man. But, that's why my sound is more so influenced with kind of an R&B sound. But the difference between me and a lot of them is I honestly and earnestly, live this life, and I love the Lord. And so even though that's my sound, I don't like the church. I don't want the church to look down or frown up on the sound, because I heard a woman say on the radio a couple of days ago, she said these young people are trying to force us to cater to or listen to or accept their music when they, I understand the old school roots, that's good, the old school stuff, that process is great, but the audience that I'm trying to reach and the generation that I'm trying to reach is the next generation, that God is really sick. Because even in scripture I was reading the other day where he talked about how he allowed the children of Israel to wander in the wilderness. He wanted all of them to die off, because they weren't living a certain way, they wasn't accepting the principles of God, and so he wanted that next generation to be the generation that taught their children. So what we're trying to do is, man, reach this generation, so this and reach them on their level. So when they listen to it, because if you listen to all of my songs are straight Bible. My song, I don't even call my music, and it's a phrase going rapid in the gospel industry called inspirational. They say inspirational. My music is not inspirational. My music is gospel. When you listen to my lyrics are straight Bible.
That's right.
So I give them a sound. I give them that sound, but I'm giving them straight Bible because I am a minister as well. I'm a licensed minister, so I give straight Bible even with the sound. It's not just a nice beat and a melody, but I'm going to give you the word in the song. So when you listening to it and rehearsing it over and over in your spirit, because the Bible says faith come by hearing and hearing by the word of God. So while you're listening to the word and you're playing it over and over again, loving the beat and the melody and the sound, you're getting the word in you, and you're steady being encouraged through the words and the lyrics. So.
All right, well, you're right about that. And since you told me you was a minister, then I might as well go ahead and move from Justice Shaw to minister. But minister, I want to ask you this, man. I really want to ask you this. I want to really just break the ice on this. Is it wrong for the gospel or what gospel artists to come up with some type of platform where they can have some type of I guess R&B flavor? Because I look at it like this, in the gospel world, we just have gospel music, but we don't have nothing that we can cater to our woman. Like, since you're married, I can say this, if you was to make love to your wife, you're not going to put on Kurt Franklin and the Family. You're going to put on something smooth to get the mood started.
Exactly. So No, I don't feel like it's wrong because somebody told me that before. They said, man, actually I was at the Me Too Music concert. Me Too Music at the record label. We had a Me Too Music concert with one of the artists, and they said, man, you know, we was rehearsing, and all of the artists were singing each other's background. And so when they got to singing my music, they said, man, your music just makes me just want to sing sometimes. You know, it was a joke. It was a joke, but at the same time, you know, I'm going to make that kind of music because of love. God is love. If you don't have God, anything, you can't love nobody effectively. You know, the Bible says, if you have all of these spiritual gifts and all these other things and don't have charity, you're not. And so, you know, I look at it as it's nothing wrong with them wanting that sound. I'm going to say it like this. But you can't become so much of the world.
Right.
That you have no effect on the world. You know what I mean? And so it's nothing wrong with you having the sound, and there's nothing wrong with you catering to that, because Paul did say, I became all things to all people that I might win them. But he wasn't talking about be them. You see what I'm saying? And so what's going on and what's happening in the gospel industry is so many people are trying to be so much like the world that you're losing the effect. And a lot of people are looking at you like, if they still doing that, if they can do this, then, you know, what's the sense of me getting saved? And so there's some things that I promise God. So this way, I won't be like a lot of these cats that's in the industry. I put three things. I promised God. I said, God, I'll never go and stick my vessel in another woman other than my wife ever again. God, if I do, you can kill me dead. Now, a lot of my friends, a lot of family members and people who hear that, they be like, why would you say that? Like, why would you say something like that? What I did was I didn't want to keep the door open. See, a lot of people do stuff and say stuff. They might say, well, I ain't gonna never go back and do that again or whatever. But they'll leave the door open. And so what I did was everywhere in Scripture where I thought that they wanted to win some major battles in their life, and they wanted to accomplish some major things in their life, they made God's vows, and they stuck to those vows. And when they stuck to the vows, then God honored it, and God started opening doors and making things happen in their life. So I promise God, I'll never be one of these artists who go out here, and I don't want to bring a reproach to the house of God. I don't want to bring a reproach to the church, not just to the church, but I don't want to bring a reproach to my name. So I made God that vow, because what will happen is if my allegiance and my dedication is only to my wife or solely to my wife, then I'll be like a lot of these cats in the industry who go out here and they allow themselves to up with a whole bunch of cute faces and wiggles because a woman walk by smelling like fruits and berries and watermelons and peaches, then, you know, they slip and fall. Well, I'm not going to do that, because I promise God, listen, God, I put my life on the line. Lord, if I ever do this, God, please kill me dead. Take me. And then I promise God, I said, God, because everybody knows, even in my testimony, I go all over the world, all over the country, on radio, wherever, and let people know. I'm not one of these artists who are out here just looking for money, trying to sell records for money, because my motto is this, and this is for my record company and everything. Getting money is one thing, but putting God first is everything. So I promise God I'd never go back and sell drugs ever again, because I used to be this real big drug dealer. I used to have so much money, man, that I used to go in stores and, you know, not have to ask twice. You could take my family on all kind of different trips and different places and things like that. So I'm like, Paul, man, I know what it is to a base, and I know what it is to abound. I've had a lot of money, but I know what it is to have to trust God. So I promise God I'd never go and do anything unnecessarily for money, whether it's hustling again, selling drugs, or whether it's just taking a whole bunch of concerts and stuff where God's not telling me to go all for $1, trying to chase $1. So with me, my music is really about ministry. And so this is ministry, and I understand we definitely got to get paid, you know, for, you know, this is the craft, whatever, you know, you want to make money off of. But at the same time, if God tells me to go somewhere and the people ain't got the money to pay me, and He knows there's people there that need to be saved and need to hear my ministry, then I'm going to go. If God releases me and tells me to go there, you know what I mean? And so it's not all about money for me in this industry. For me, it's really about ministry and making sure that people get saved. As I tell God, I don't want to go nowhere if nobody's getting saved and nobody's life is getting changed. I don't even really want to go if that's not going to be the case. Then the third and final thing I told God, I'll never go and defile my temple ever again. I'll never put any substances in my body, God, or do anything to this one vessel that I have to use to carry the gospel around. I'll never do anything to tear this body down on purpose, God. So, God, whatever it is, I said, if I do, God, you can kill me dead. I made God those vows and those promises because regardless of what my sound is, I want people to understand that I truly live what I sing. I truly live what I say, because so many people play with God now, and so many people straddle the fence. So many people do stuff to make money that you can rarely tell what's genuine and what's not.
That's true. That's true. You can't tell the difference from clean and unclean. So, yeah, you're right about that, brother. Man, that's deep, man. That's deep, man. So that was kind of touching on what you said, man. You know, you used to be an ex-dope dealer and everything, man. And for our listeners out there, man, that might be tuning in, man, we might got some dope dealers that might be still slinging today, man. Tell us, brother, what made you just give it all up, man? Just really just completely turn yourself around and just give up that lifestyle.
Well, I knew since I was a kid, man, I was supposed to preach. I knew since I was 5 years old, I was supposed to preach. Even when I was a kid, my brothers would be outside swinging from trees, doing back and forth, playing He-Man and She-Ra in the front yard, whatever.
Right.
You know, and I was in the house with the Bible. I had the tape recorder, and I used to mimic my grandfather. Because my grandfather, I told you previously in the interview, and my grandfather was an apostle and started 14 churches all over the country. So I used to mimic how he used to preach and different things like that. And so 6 months before my grandfather passed, he ended up dying with cancer 2 years ago. And that's when I sincerely got saved, actually 2 years ago. I used to go to church, man, sit on the keyboard. I was the minister of music at the church, but I was the biggest dope dealer in the area. You know what I mean? And so on Sundays, I would sit on the keyboard and on the organ and be looking at my phone at the same time, looking down and seeing my phone go off, and they're saying $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 waiting on me. They, what time I get out of church? Holler at me, bro, when you get out of church. Get with me, bro. You know what I mean? All right, let me get with me. Holler at me, hit me up. And so in my mind, the whole time I'm in church, I'm like, man, Pastor, please don't preach too much no longer. I hope the choir don't sing another song. I hope don't nobody shout, because I don't want to play no shout music or nothing, because I got to go get this bread.
Right.
And so, you know, up until 2 years ago, I used to joke with people all the time and tell them, you know, if something ever happened with my grandfather, you know, that I would probably be preaching the gospel. I'm going to try to make this real short, man. I used to tell him I'd probably be preaching the gospel. And so my grandfather got sick. He, you know, got stricken with cancer. Cancer was all through his body. And the only thing my grandfather ever preached, I mean, for years, he hadn't went to the doctor in like 20-something years, man. You know what I mean? But just to get some trash cleaned out his ears, because he did the asphalt ceiling, the seal coat and stuff like that. And so that was the only time he went to the emergency room. Other than that, man, all he preached and talked about was faith. All he, you know, he preached sermons like, you don't need a doctor, your prescription's already been filled at Calvary. Or he'll preach a sermon say, if you can find where it's written, you know, or if you can't fix it, take it back to the manufacturer. Different sermons, like I can remember those titles vaguely, because all he talked about was faith. So my grandfather was going to die. I thought he was going to get healed based off of, you know, the stuff that he had went all over the country, laid his hands on the sick, blind eyes, some open people get up out of wheelchairs. And so I was upset with God when he passed. I was like, God, how is it that you let this man die? You know, they went all over the country, laid hands on the sick, they recovered. How you letting his body be stricken with cancer? So I was kind of upset with God. But the night my grandfather died, man, I was in my recording studio, and I was sitting in my studio, man, and I was crying, man. I got my head on my arms, and I'm crying, and God just calmed me, man, and he showed me something. He had showed me a dream 6 years before my grandfather passed, man, and I'm a barber, so I was cutting hair, and in this dream, I was lining up my face, and my grandfather came around in the restroom, and he said, Grandpa, I need you to the restroom. So I left out the restroom, let him come in, and something told me to go back and really check on him, because I thought he was struggling to put this suit coat jacket on. But when I went back to check on him in this dream, he passed out in my arms.
Right.
He started shaking and foaming at the mouth. As he's foaming at the mouth and he's shaking, I take off running with him throughout the house, and I'm running with him. And I'll never forget, I woke up and I was crying so hard that when I woke up, you know what I mean, that like almost I'm crying from the dream, but at the same time I'm crying for real when I woke up. And so that night, after he died, I interpreted this dream for me. He said, I showed you 6 months ago that your grandfather was going to pass. He said, you remember that dream? He said, when you were lining up your face, that signified it was time to be prepared. Not only for your grandfather's death, but be prepared for what I was about to take you to. He said, when you came back to the restroom and your grandfather passed out of your arms, that signified the transferring of the anointing from his life to your life. He said, when you took off running with your grandfather through the house, that signified it was now time for you to carry the mantle. Man, I was tore up, bro. I was messed up when he told me to dream for me. So the next day, in my grandfather's funeral, a man came all the way from Jackson, Tennessee by the name of Nathaniel Bond, and he preached my grandfather's funeral. The title of the sermon was called, Who's Going to Carry the Mantle? Dude, I shouted at the funeral. I got up total funeral because I shouted because when I heard God at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was in the recording studio. So at that point, man, it was almost like an immediate turnaround for me. You know, I was still struggling with smoking weed. Now, I started selling it. I got up at the church that next Sunday, and I told the church, I said, listen, y'all minister music been the biggest drug dealer in the area for the last 5 years. And now, you know, I want to confess my sins. I want to come out. I want to come clean. I've been stagnating the worship and the flow of service because it's been hard to worship because my life has been ragged and I've been polluting the atmosphere. And so I want y'all to understand, you know, I apologize to y'all. I apologize to my family for stagnating y'all. And so it was immediate change from hustling. I told them, hey, we got slabs on top of slabs right now in the trap house. But listen, I'm gonna expose it, and listen, I'm gonna live my life saved. Now, because because I smoked so much weed every day, and I had so much weed, I was still addicted to it, and so I still had an addiction for like about 2 more months after that. But you know, now I'm clean, been clean from weed for like a year and a half now. You know, been walking with God, and so like I said, man, God has really opened up a lot of doors for me when I decided to actually live right and actually live his life for real. He actually gave me the words to a song. The words to the song said things that got so bad that I almost stopped believing in church Sunday after Sunday because I was going for no reason. I was singing my song, going through the motions, one foot in, one foot out, hoping nobody would notice. I slipped and lost my focus and got wrapped up in the streets. I made a whole lot of money, but it couldn't buy me peace. Having problems at home, steady fighting with my baby. All this fussing and cussing is about to drive me crazy, but I got a revelation, and I heard the Spirit say, whenever you get real, everything will be okay. So God will show me, as soon as you get real with me and stop playing with me, then everything will be straight.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, brother.
And so that's what happened, man. And so that's where my transformation came from. That's what really made me turn around and actually start living upright before God.
Right. Wow, man, that's man, you said a whole lot, man. So, man, how many, like, I know you've been doing your music for a while and everything, man. Where's a most, well, I'll put it to you like this, man. What is the most place you would like to perform at?
I mean, dude, I can't really say where I would like to perform, and I say whatever doors open up and whatever opportunities come. My prayer every day is God open up doors of opportunity for me and my family. So wherever God opens the door and wherever He sends me to, whether it's Australia, doors will start opening in Australia, doors will start opening in South Africa. Matter of fact, I'll be in Alaska next month on the 28th, or next month doing a concert at the University of Alaska, and so God is starting to open doors. You know what I mean? And so wherever God sends me, that's where I'll go, you know, and it's got to be sincerely God sending me. I don't want to be saying I want to go somewhere and then get there, you know, and God didn't have me to go, and then it's just a whole bunch of chaos. So wherever God sends me, that's where I want to go. Already, man. Well, man, everybody, y'all heard it first right here on the Terry Price Show, live on 3ws.theterrypriceshow.com, man. With this talk radio, got my boy Justin Shaw, man, putting it down. Called it in all the way from Arkansas, y'all. They call it Arkansas out here, I guess. But anyway, yeah, they call it Arkansas. Well, man, so everybody, man, y'all welcome to hit me up, 318-990-8375. Talk to my boy Justin Shaw in the building, man, doing his thing. And I'm just playing this music video, You Don't Know, man. And since I'm playing that, man, tell us about this hit single, You Don't Know, man. What's going down with this song? Man, You Don't Know pretty much inspired from a whole life story, man. See, a lot of people will look at it, and it's just like when any of us, a lot of people will look at you or me or anybody or whoever it is, and they don't understand your story. They wouldn't know your story because they see you smiling and you going day to day to your job, and because you ain't pulling your hair out or blowing your brains out or overdosing on pills, they really think you got it all together. But if your walls in your house could talk and they could tell a story, they would probably say, nah, you really don't know. You don't know the whole story. And so a lot of people, when they look at me, they don't know that, you know, at 5 years old, I was molested by my female babysitter. They don't know when my mother was 2 weeks pregnant with me, my father went to the penitentiary and was in the penitentiary for 21 years. They don't know that my mother was on crack cocaine for 17 years and I had to go and live with my grandparents, you know what I mean, which, you know, was and nothing in my life was ever a mistake. And so even on my album, now that I'm talking to you, when people get my album and they listen to these songs because they've heard the testimony over the airwaves, now they'll understand what a lot of these songs mean. Just like the title of the album, Going to Get the Glory. God showed me nothing that you've gone through was ever a mistake. It was all by design. You don't understand it right now, but I promise it'll all manifest in time. All of the hurt, all of the tears, all the pain that you've had to endure, all the sleepless nights, arguments, and fights, working for your good, I'm sure. And I know you might not understand it, but the plans I have for you are good. You might go through some unpleasant circumstances, but I'll be right here to guide you through it. Don't be confused because you might not understand it right now, but I'm going to get the glory. So when I sing You Don't Know is pretty much saying you don't know the whole story. If I tell you the whole story, you probably wouldn't be able to stomach the story.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so you wouldn't know at 10, 11 years old when we stayed in Anchorage, Alaska with my grandparents. My grandfather's wife didn't like my mother, so she put us out, and we had to live in a shelter for a year in Anchorage, Alaska, thousands of miles away from any other family that we knew. You know what I mean? You wouldn't know that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, just looking at me, people are like, oh, man, wow, what's his story? You know, that's why my brother has a saying he says a lot of times, don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep, Minister Shaw. Man, everybody, I got to check my brother out, man. Like I said, we're going to be really just blowing this song up. You don't know, man. You don't know. You don't know his life story, y'all. He's come a mighty long way. Man, I'm very appreciative to have this man on to the Terry Price Show. And, man, we doing this live exclusive interview, talk radio, man, no holds bar. We just holding it down. Man, I want to ask you this question, man. If you weren't doing music, man, I mean, what would you be doing?
Man, I love cut hair, man. I like getting everybody swag together. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I love having people. I love having your line and crispy and having fresh cuts. And you know what I mean? When people see you, they like, man, who cut your hair? You know, so that's what I do, man. I'm a barber. You know, I had a clothing store for a while, man. So I want to get back into the fashion and stuff like that. So that's what I would possibly be doing, man. Fashion and you know, barbering, because my wife is a licensed beautician as well. So we like, you know, do hair and different things like that. So.
Oh, man, that's good, man. That's good, man. Out there in Arkansas, y'all, man, when I come out that way, man, I'm going to make sure I get all taped up, man. You got to hook me up, bro.
I got you. If you watch that video, if you look at that video, look at that kid behind on the video.
Hey, I was looking at that. I was like, man, somebody hit that boy up.
I gotta stay crispy, man. The lady told me at church Sunday, she was like, why every time your lining just look like it got powder on it? Did you wash your face or something? I said, man, that's called razor lining. That's called a razor lining, man.
I was looking at that. I said, man, who lined this brother up? I mean, man, it look good, bro. It look good.
If you look at all the interviews and everything, everybody watching the interview like, man, your line is so crispy, bro.
Man. Especially on that sit-down interview, man, when you got on the Chicago ad, I was like, man. I said, man, somebody hooking this brother up, man. But now that you tell me you're a barber, professional barber at that, I'm like, oh yeah. Man, this dude, I wish he was out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, man.
Hey, man, y'all get me down there now. I get down there.
Hey, and you know what? You're not too far from us, man. We definitely got to get you booked, come out here, man. I'm pretty sure you like probably 6 or 8 hours away. I'm just guessing. I've been through Arkansas on my way to Atlanta, man. So, man, we definitely got to get you out here, man. Yo, the music, man, is the bomb. I'm liking everything that you do, loving your spirit. Man, you're a man of God, man, and you just, you know, you just telling them like it is, man. You're not holding back, you're not sugarcoating nothing. You like, hey, man, if God can change my life, he can change your life, man. So, and that's what it's about. Yeah.
I had a fucking tell me. I had one of my musical directors, matter of fact, named Patrick Washington, bro. Patrick tell me all the time. He said, bro, I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. If I was making that kind of money, I don't think I'd have been able to quit. It's like a joke. Yeah. It's an inner joke. He said, bro, if I was making that kind of money, it's just to the point, man, when you see it 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000 a week, bro, profit after you pay everybody at the cap and different stuff like that, man, you like, nah. And one day I'll never forget, man, I set up the Western Sister Restaurant, me, my wife, and my kids, and I sat there because my phone was going off, steady blowing up, steady buzzing, and I'm looking down at it, and there's money waiting on me, and then I'm looking at my family, and in my mind I want to rush my family to eat so I can go get the money, and so I felt so bad that I wanted to rush them for the money that tears started coming out of my eyes. And my wife, she asked me, she said, baby, what's wrong? My wife will tell you the same story. You know, I can't make this up. This ain't Stephen King could write it like this. My wife said, baby, what's wrong? I said, baby, you're going to have to pray for me.
Right.
I said, because all them time when you think my phone be ringing, you think it's another woman. Come on, let's be for her. Now, women see a man grabbing his phone and steady looking at his text messages going off. First thing a black woman gonna think, I'm just gonna be real. She like, who is this chick calling your phone?
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean? So I told her, I said, baby, well, it don't be no woman calling my phone. I said, baby, I'm addicted to money. I said, I need you to pray for me because I'm addicted to money. You know what I mean? And my wife looked at me and she said, baby, I'm going to pray and ask God to release it. And so, you know, like I said, man, a couple months after that, that's when this transition came about. And God really just made me a lot of progress in my life, man. I know it was God because I couldn't have done it on my own, man. Saying that kind of money, man, like I said, I couldn't have done it on my own. And so I know if God can get me clean and God can clean me up, and God can take a sinner like me, a rich undone like me, man, and clean me up, man, he can clean up anybody. If he can take a whoremonger, you know, because a lot of times we talk about women, talk about how whorish they are, but man, I was whorish, man. Like on my album, I said, dude, I should have been dying with an STD, but I started thinking, God, you must have had your hands on me, because I know I was sleeping around. I know I was doing all kind of stuff that I ain't had no business doing. You know, and I'm not ashamed to tell it. See, a lot of people always say, oh, God brought me and God delivered me, but where did he deliver you from? I want to know that you had some struggle. And Granddaddy used to tell me like this, man. He used to say, how can you tell somebody about a mountain if you never climbed a mountain? And how can you tell somebody about a valley experience and you never had one? So I tell people where I came from. I let people know exactly where God delivered me from, and I let them know, hey, it ain't nothing that you've done that's so ratchet or so bad that God can't take you and still use you. I'm working on a sermon right now called Are You a Credible Witness? And a lot of times in the courtroom, the witnesses, they want the witness to have a clean background, but God, for a credible witness, for God wants He wants your background as dirty as possible, so you'll be able to be a credible witness to him.
Right. That's right, brother. You on point on that, man. That makes a whole lot of sense of what you just said, man. And man, for all young audience and for anybody that's tuning into the show, man, before you go, man, what's the word of inspiration that you can leave with our audience, man?
And all I can tell our audience, man, is put God first, man. Make God first and foremost. Put God first in your life. And I know that that's cliche for a lot of people to say. God said, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. I know it's easy for a lot of people to say, you know, that they have a relationship with God because I pray every night, don't judge me. That's the stuff you hear people saying all the time. But one of my favorite scriptures, and this is what I want to leave with everybody. Isaiah chapter 59:1, it says, God's hand is not short that he can save, neither is his ear deaf that he can't hear, but your iniquities have separated you from your God, and your sin has hid his face from you. If you really want to have a relationship with God, because if you're talking to somebody and they're turning their face and they're not listening to you, showing you that they're ignoring you, because that's what the scripture's pretty much saying. God really ain't trying to have nothing to talk to you about or have no conversation until you're asking him to, please, God, forgive me, God, come into my life and clean me up. And to repent means to turn from. I'm sorry and Lord, forgive me is pretty much you saying, I'm sorry about what you caught me doing or what they said I did. I'm guilty, but I will go back and do it again if I get the chance. But to repent means to turn from. So if you really want a sincere relationship with God, man, give God all of you, man. Give God all of you, man, and fully submit yourself to God. And I promise you, God will begin to open doors in your life. God will begin to do things. And for some of you who are probably talking back to the radio saying, well, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. God bless me. Well, guess what? The Bible also said it's the goodness of God that leads men to repentance. So sometimes when you get blessed, it might be God trying to turn your heart back to him. But then after all of the blessings come and you won't turn back, then all the whoops come as well.
That's right, brother. That's right, man. So, hey, man, before you go, if people want to check out your music, man, they want to book you for a show, or you got an upcoming concert or tour going on, man, leave your information with us.
Man, go check me out at metoomusic.com, METOO music.com/Justin. You go to that website, man, you can get booking forms, you can book me, you can go in there, you can buy the CD, you can get the hard copy of the CD, or you can get the digital download exclusively from those sites. You can go to metoomusic.com/The Source. You can also get it from there. You can check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/Justin Shaw Sr., or you can go to my other page if you want to be my friend. One of my pages is full. I got several pages, so you can go to this page, Justin Jamel Shaw Sr., facebook.com at Justin Jamel Shaw Sr. That's my second page. Then you can check me out on Twitter at Shawboy, SHAWBOY 74 Senior. You can do the same thing on you can check me on Instagram as well. It's Justin Shaw Senior at Justin Shaw Senior on Instagram. So those are places you can check me out. I got a Periscope account as well, so you can check me out, find me on all of those different places, man. Go to YouTube. You can watch video on YouTube or Facebook. We already up at like over 14,000, almost 15,000 views on Facebook, man. So, you know, like I said, man, God is really blessing. So y'all go check it out, man. Go get that album. Going to get the glory, man, right now.
Oh, man, that's good, man. And also, man, you got to throw one of those bow ties on it, too, man.
Oh, man, for sure. It's bow tie, no tie. You know what I mean? Bow tie, no tie, man. You know what I mean? That's what I tell them at the church. You know what I mean? You'll never see me wear a long tie again. It's bow tie, no tie. I'm either wearing no tie or I got the bow tie on. One of the two.
Hey, right, man. Well, y'all heard it first, man, by Minister Justin Shaw, man. He putting it down right here on the Terry Price Show. It's going down. Man, brother, man, we're going to have to talk off air, on air, wherever, man. We got to keep in contact if you got anything going on where you at, man, just connect with me, man. If I'm gonna try my best to come out that way, support what you're doing, man. And man, we just gonna keep chopping it up, bro.
For sure, man, for sure.
All right, man.
Stay with me, man. For real, stay in touch.
Hey, I will, man. Hey, I thank you for your time, man. Thank you for calling into the Terry Price Show, man. We gonna really stay connected, man. I ain't gonna just tell you that, but I'm gonna send you some, send you my information, man, and just let me know what you got going on, man. We're gonna try our best to get you to come out here, man, to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex of Texas, and man, we're gonna go from there, man.
Yeah, already, man. Matter of fact, you can start working for me in that area, man. Get some shows and stuff booked out there. You know, some churches and people that need me to come through, or need anybody for a youth event, or anybody to come speak for a youth event, to sing for you, not just youth events, but past anniversary, whatever it is, man. Just have them to book me, man.
All right.
I'll be more than happy to. And I say this over the air, man. I'll be more than happy to give you that 10% managerial fee.
Hey, man, no problem, man.
Airways, y'all heard me say it. I'm gonna get a man the 10% managerial fee over the air. Anything he can book, he get the 10% managerial fee. I heard it live on the radio. I said it.
Tell we got it on record.
Yeah, it's on record. I said it. You know what I'm saying?
Already. Well, man, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Love you, bro. And, man, I'm going to be working on that, man. Since the summertime is really taking off, I'm going to be working on that, man. So, man, you just stay blessed, man. May the Most High in Christ bless you and your family. And, man, y'all just keep doing what y'all doing for Christ.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, man. To God be the glory, man. You be blessed, man. Thank you for having me on, bro.
All right. Thank you, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard it first right here on the Terry Price Show. As Minister Justin Shaw, man. You got that video you don't know.
Reporting live from my Rari in Zimbabwe. Tune into the Terry Price Show. Let's go. It is Jesus
Music. Y'all make sure you connect with me, man. We're going to try to bring this young man down to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, man. I just want to say thank you for tuning in to the show. Make sure that you go to the official website if you'd like to donate. All you got to do is go to www.terrypriceshow.com. It's going down. And we just going to keep doing what we're doing for the Lord, man. So y'all make sure that y'all just stay easy, be careful, and get some of that dinner, man. It's getting late. The time is 3:40 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I just want to say, man, y'all just take it easy, man. I love each and every one of you, man. I appreciate the support and love.
Yo, it's the gospel rap of Jesus Christ music.
Do not change by the world. Until next time, may each and every one of you have a blessed day and have a blessed night.